Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone, world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever you are. We extend you a very warm welcome. It's a green morning, green afternoon, and green evening because the world over there should be greenery, green feelings, green living, all around the greenery. Let's be the part of the nature in real sense, and that's what is needed to take care of the global warming, climate change, and healthy living with nature as a part of universe. Every Sunday, 8 p.m., we bring a very special program for all of you. That's the non-resident Indian, our brothers and sisters, those join us, and they basically share their vision, their expertise with us, what all can be done as far as the entire Indian continent, and everybody's concerned. But our main focus is education, skills, tourism, youth, educator, trainer, coach, and everything related to what all these areas. Nowadays, we are focusing last week also and this week also, caregivers as profession. And today is a part two of that program. We have got both the distinguished guests, CPA Surya Vijay Sastri Kotamarti ji, the CEO Kotamarti Group Canada, and Mr. Vikas Malhotra, the tourism strategist in Canada, who is going to share. Hearty welcome to all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever you are. There's a great news I was going through that Canada 2023, when you talk about caregivers work visa increased with lesser work experience. Now, we would also like to share that 4th of April is being celebrated as observed National Caregiver Day every year in Canada. Partners in hope, support, and comfort. Now, the various experiences which caregiver gives to the people whose care they are taking, and at the same time, what they feel, the caregivers, that is also something very important because somebody is on 8-hour duty, 12-hour duty, 24-hour duty, all that part you have to take care of. Now, this we have already discussed, Canada to reduce the work experience requirements. And here are the caregivers. Now, this is something very important information which we found. This curve, if you have a look at it, Canada's aging population will lead to large increase in government deficits and debt. Now, the Canadian population is continuously aging, and the country still suffers from a negative population growth. This makes international skilled workers extremely crucial and indispensable for the Canadian labor market requirements. The role of the immigrants to the Canadian labor market was highlighted during the COVID-19 pandemic. We have given the source also down below. You can go through the whole article, which I read in detail, the Fraser Institute, which is there, they have given. Now, this is another demographic profile which has come, Future of Canada Immigration. Is the latest of 2023. Of course, they have carried out the survey and predictions for the future up to 2041 as far as Canada is concerned. Source we have given you down below. While in the year 2022, Canada has rigorously attempted to facilitate its recovering economy by resuming the express entry all program draws and attempting to clear applications backlog, Canada immigrants in 2023 looks extremely promising. Canada aims to welcome at least 465,000 approximately permanent residents in the year 2023. Rest you can see it's going. Now this particular graphic also was very important, and when I read it in detail, this article, I have given the source down below. Those of you are interested, you can go through. Express entry, provisional nominal program, family sponsorship, Atlantic immigration program, and caregivers, rural and northern immigration pilot, agri-food pilot, startup visa and self-employed visa. So ladies and gentlemen, let's join hands together. Let's think positive and talk positive. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together for caregivers and let's make our skills, our competencies, our talents, our education relevant to what exactly can generate something meaningful for all of us. This program is going live world over on the YouTube channel ICSI India. And with this, we complete 1,915 webinars starting right on the first day of the lockdown on 25th of March 2020. You all are aware that our chamber has brought rethinking tourism post pandemic. Basically, the complete compendium is a research and compilation. 14 chapters we have already covered. And nowadays, we are working on future trends in tourism, hospitality, and aviation roadmap 2047, when India would be celebrating its 100 years. If you go through, ICSI is deeply working on digital inspirational lab at this point of time, and you will be happy to know we are setting up something very special by 5th of September in India, which would be India's first digital inspirational lab to go abroad to prepare yourself to travel.
Welcome to the
So, we will give you the glimpses later. Today, let's focus on caregivers as profession. With these words, let me extend a very warm welcome and join me in extending our greeting, gratitudes, and welcome to both the distinguished guests. Those are joining early morning to us all the way from Canada. We extend them a very, very warm welcome. We have got CPA Vijay Sastri Kotamarti ji, and we have got Mr. Vikas Malhotra. We extend them a very warm welcome. Choice is yours. Platform is yours. Please take on the discussion, deliberation, information, whatsoever you want to share. It's all up to you. Both of you can decide and take the discussion forward. With these words, hearty welcome, everybody.
Vijay ji, you start, please.
आपका माइक म्यूटेड है, माइक म्यूटेड है.
When you are speaking, I normally mute it. Namaskar to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as Dr. Sharma says to everyone across the world. Here, for those who are in Eastern Standard Time and the northern part of the world, North America, it's morning. So good morning to everyone. And of course, in India, it's good evening. And between Europe and the other parts is good afternoon. So have a great day. We start this session today talking about caregivers. Caregivers is actually a very wide subject, as we had mentioned last time, and we have to cover one by one, and that's the reason that we said that today we will talk about we'll take one or two aspects of caregiving and then discuss what type of courses you should be doing and how you can proceed. So there is one very important caregiver service which in North America it is required, and of course in the world also slowly it is becoming very, very important. That is about medical addiction and mental health. Unfortunately, we stress ourselves even though it's not really required. And stress is what causes anxiety, and anxiety is what causes depression, and then that is what causes mental health problems, that is mental illness. That is how it is defined. So medical addictions and mental health, this is one course which is being offered by some colleges here in Canada, and it is a very important subject because there is a huge demand for it. Not that we want people to be in that category, but truth is truth and we have to live with it. And I will just talk about the what is actually the medical addiction and community service diploma and how it serves the people. So how you will be trained in it and how you'll be able to after for anything that you want to do, knowledge is the basis. Until and unless you know what you have to do, you will never be able to do it well and perform it well. It's only after your understanding that what you need to do is when you can serve. And in North America, and of course every part of the world, only those people who have the knowledge and the skills are encouraged to do that. So the medical addiction and community service diploma actually prepares the candidate to interview clients, obtain their care history, prepare their intake reports, and assess each client's strengths and needs. Now, until and unless you understand what are the needs of the client, each case is different. So you have to deal with a client on a case to case basis. So the first thing you need to do is to interview the client, talk to them, and this will be the job of the caregiver who's offering this medical addiction and community service to the people. So that's the first step. And then it also this course allows you to get knowledge about addiction treatment planning, relapsation prevention, and recovery. Now this is another important aspect, because only when you have that knowledge that I mentioned initially, you will be able to then understand after the interview what the person needs and then advise accordingly. And you have to also support individuals who are facing physical, mental health and addiction challenges. Addiction challenge is a very big challenge here in North America, because people, for every small thing that they have, they are very used to taking medication. And depression, actually, according to me, instead of improving it, probably it might take you to much higher levels if you take the medication. So you have to take it very carefully under advice. And that's the reason you need this support of a caregiver who can give you exactly what is required in the exact doses. Otherwise, because of the addiction and the challenge that the individual has, they might be taking slightly more than what their dosage is, which can adversely affect their health. Then the course of addiction and community service also gives them a better understanding of the unique experience of vulnerable populations. Now, in Canada, we have the First Nation people and the members of the LGBTQ community and persons with disabilities. Now, these are communities which have their special needs. And we have to understand that everyone has a right to live in the society. And, we I have to understand from a caregiving perspective what their needs are, especially the First Nations, the senior members and members of the LGBTQ. These people have certain needs which are totally different from the normal, means people who are living in societies away from these people. So even though they are part of the communities, they have their own networks under which they work. So you have to understand what they do, and then you apply your skills and get their valuable real world experience. And then you do give them the this thing. If you want to, I would suggest that this is one area which is very, very good. The course is about 50 to 56 weeks, which is about an year. It's a diploma, and here in Canada, students who come, they get a certificate called the graduated certificate. So you can register for this particular course and do it. There is a college called ABM. I'm normally giving you names of colleges which are there, but that doesn't mean that is the only college. As I mentioned last week also, please do your homework. When you type colleges in Canada that offer medical addiction and community service courses, you will be able to get it. And then I will discuss about the second part after I allow my friend Vikas ji to talk about the travel tourism side. But if he has to connect anything relating to what I have said, he can do that. And then we'll come back for the personal social support workers, which I will talk about. So Vikas ji or Dr. Sharma, I'm back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Namaskar, greetings, good morning, afternoon, evening, or even going to be good night in short time. So we discussed various aspects of this very wonderful, broad term word that we actually started to talk about. Let's divide this word into two components: care, C-A-R-E, givers. You're giving care to somebody. Normally, what happens, the first thing which comes in anybody's mind is, oh, I'm servicing a senior. I'm servicing somebody very old. My dear friends, that's not the case. Vijay just used a very important word: mental wellness, mental health. That can happen to a 20-year-old, that can happen to an 85-year-old, that can happen to anybody. There is no defined age that the mental wellness goes over there. They also need care. There is another word I would like to add, and I can let you know that that word has a huge connection with the tourism and travel industry. And that word is actually counseling. When you counsel, when you talk to others, you're actually providing care to somebody who would like to vent, who would like to talk, who has nobody in their life who would like to talk. I want to bring back everybody on a very disastrous situation which happened a few years ago in Vegas. There was a mass shooting. Somebody went up the hotel 36th floor. You might have heard the news. And that person went with a gun and he shot everybody in the concert below him, whomsoever he could. And then it was found out that all he needed is counseling. He felt loneliness. He felt that, you know what, there's nobody in the world to listen to me. And my dear friends, tourism industry counsels everybody. It gives care to everybody. It brightens your horizon of thinking. It opens your brain. It gives you a vision, and it makes your heart bounce with happiness. I normally get very aggressive in my speeches about this industry. I'm so passionate about it. I can tell you in writing, this is an industry which heals the world. Michael Jackson sung a beautiful song, Heal the World. And that basically is a message to the world. Each one, heal one. All we need to do, pick up one human being in your life and just give counseling. You don't have to act that you know everything. You don't have to act like a boss. All you have to do is provide care. And all you have to do is listen to them. Vijay, back to you. Gulshan sir, back to you. I just want to let you know that tourism industry is an industry for everybody on this planet.
You can feel Kotamarti ji, he's emotionally charged with the tourism subject, and he's so deeply emotionally connected. Kindly unmute your mic, Kotamarti ji.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is he is in an industry which everyone will require wherever they want to move. It's a mobile industry. Mobility is there only when there is travel. Even if you want to put 2 steps, you have to put your step forward. So and anything that you talk about always relates to tourism. So we are fortunate that we have Vikas ji, and with his passion and his dedication to serve the people will certainly help. And I am encouraging all the listeners, viewers, and those who see the programs subsequent to our webinars, kindly always connect through ICSI to us, and we are here trying our best to see how we can be of help for you to fulfill your desire, and of course the dream to come over to Canada and North America, which is a great place to be. Sharmaji, if there are any questions or anything, I'll take. Otherwise, we'll go back to personal support workers.
People are just enjoying. There are no questions. They say productive session, amazing, knowledgeable session. Those kind of comments are coming up, but there's no question. Please go ahead.
Okay, then I'll now talk about personal support worker. Now, this is a very, very much in demand course, and it's a very wide term. Personal support actually includes everything. Just like because you were saying that we need to counsel people. Counseling comes only when you first listen, only when you understand what the other person needs. That is the time you can counsel. Without even knowing what the other person wants, you can never counsel them. So personal support worker, the word itself is saying that you are giving a support. So you are a worker. Worker means the sevak. That's what how we call in Hindi, Sanskrit, and everything. Sevak means you are serving so the people. So personal support worker actually is a very vast subject, and there are many courses attached to it. But I will give you an overall in terms of healthcare, because we are talking what how personal support workers can support and what they do. Actually, they are required, and they play a very vital role in nursing homes, long-term care facilities. Because in nursing homes, for instance, the nurses are nothing but the personal support workers. They are the ones who are required, and in fact they do the most thankless job. They are like our god, who is bringing us back to our normal health and taking us back into the community. So they play really a vital role, especially and even in long-term facilities. Now, these long-term care facilities are very popular in this part of the world. In India, also slowly they are coming up. But what they do in the long-term care facilities, and with a growing population of seniors in Canada, this is a very, very important and required area of service. And the personal support workers give their service to there are long-term care organizations like senior homes, and different long-term care organizations are there. And all that you need to do is train yourself in order to serve them. Now, there are many families who find it challenging to provide the full-time care that their elderly or all their family members need, because everyone here works. When I say everyone, it doesn't mean in India they don't work or in the world they don't work. What I'm saying is, here both the wife and husband go to work. So when they go to work, they also have their family members, who elderly family members who are at home, and definitely you need people to go take care of them. And this is where the not only in the long term care facility you need, but you need people whom you have to serve. In fact, there are many private organizations who have taken up this challenge, and they are connected to the Ministry of Health. And you can call them, and they will provide the service. So you can be attached to such organizations, and you'll be able to serve. So the personal support work program that is there, it actually helps you to succeed in a rewarding healthcare career. Now, as I mentioned earlier, also in case of the mental addiction courses, any course, ज्ञान के बगैर कुछ हम नहीं कर सकते हैं. Without knowledge, you cannot perform anything. And this healthcare diplomas that you will take up here, they help you training, and they get you the certification, and they also give you an ongoing career support. There are many colleges here. I'll name some few, like the Oxford College, where there is a 7-month course. There is a Canadian College of Business Science and Technology. In Mississauga, there is Anderson College. Now, the typical course price is about $5,000 to $6,000, and of course then you have your stay and all other things, which of course is not my job. That's only the job of an immigration consultant, whom you will take the help of only to knowing what it is, not beyond that. You can directly apply going online, and the whatever you have to pay to the colleges for the courses, you can pay, and then you can take the help of people like Vikas ji, who are very well experienced in the travel and tourism industry in organizing your travel from India to or from anywhere in the world to Canada, and then once you come, how you can settle. And these are the type of services which travel and tourism people do. And Vikas, who can be a better person than Vikas ji, because he's a part of our ICSI group. So this is another area, personal support worker. I will be discussing more and more about each one of them, like I discussed the medical addiction and mental health. There are many other courses. In due course, we will also discuss about each one of them in detail, like I did today. But for now, I will return it back to you, Sharma ji.
Thank you, Kotamarti ji. Vikas ji, you can have your concluding remarks, and then we close in next 4 to 5 minutes.
Thank you. Wonderful views, Vijay ji. I would absolutely second those. And there is a lot of in-depth knowledge which is being required. One of the things about counseling is you got to listen. And to listen, you got to be a good listener. And I would say that when you are listening, when you are actually making another human being, again, irrespective of the age, you're actually allowing him or her to vent out. Vent may be a little bit aggressive word, but may be able to share and lessen the load on their heart that mera koi sunne wala to hai. Allow me to speak this sentence in Hindi. So we got to understand a couple of things. There is a process of everything in life. If you want to come here, you got to follow a process. It's not that you just take a ticket of a plane and get into the aircraft and then fly. You need to understand what are we going to go there for. There has to be a goal. There has to be a level of understanding. I've got 7 hurdles to go through, just as an example, 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. You got to make a list. You got to write it down. Not just mentally, you got to maybe write it down with your hand or a dot or a dot. And then follow that, and chase that. Check mark, done. And when you're coming as a caregiver, you have to be professionally trained. There is a possibility that you may have done a big course in India, but you may have to do an add-on course over here in North America, recognized by the government over here. You just can't, even I, who has been, like from the university level, from the ITFT level, I've done many diplomas and graduation over there. Not many graduation was one, but courses were a lot. But still, I had to come over here and I had to do a North American recognized courses of IATA and the tour operators, and there was a lot of technical GDS support over there. So there is lots beyond what you have already done from wherever you're going to come from. So be prepared that I'm going to come as a caregiver. I'm going to provide my services into this particular field, but at the same time, I'm also going to educate myself. Education, as Vijay ji has also said, and Dr. Sharma has been saying that for years and years, 30, 40 years of his life, education never go waste. Never it has gone waste. The things which I learned 30 years ago in ITFT, 29 years ago, I'll be specific, I still use them over there. I still use them, the allocentric and the physiocentric. I use all those terms in my day-to-day operation of my professional life. And be hungry for inspiration. Be hungry for what you want to do. Do not say, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. Always have that hunger in you, like Steve Jobs always used to say, be hungry. These 2 words, super effective. And get that drive in you and get your foot over there, wherever you want to go. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Yeah, Kotamarti ji.
Just to conclude, I would say that dignity of labor is very high here. There nobody bothers
Told,
about,
yes.
you should never say that I'm a personal, feel bad about I'm a personal care worker. You should be very grateful to God that God has given you an opportunity to serve someone and also get some result. Phal is always after the seva. So, for the seva that you do, you will get back the phal. But then personal support care worker is, according to me, a very highly dignified and highly respected profession here. It's only that you have to change your mindset. If at all you have certain things in your mind where you think that, oh, but I'm coming from a very big family, or I am very highly qualified, why should I be doing this? Look, one thing I'll tell you, all your education and everything relates only for your career, nothing more than that. But take the education just to make sure that you have the education, but do it with total dedication, and no job is less in their service. Especially a personal caregiver service is the best, one of the best things that you can do. Thank you,
Thank,
Sharma.
thank you. Thank you very much. Anything, Vikasji? Okay.
No, I was just appreciating that no
Okay.
job is less and the dignity is very good. I was just appreciating
So you,
Vijayji's words.
yeah, the closing remarks today, which has come for the session, dignity of labor is very high in the countries, like Canada and other places. कोई भी काम छोटा नहीं है, कोई भी काम बड़ा नहीं है. ये आपकी सोच है. And how do you prepare yourself? That is something very important. And when you are in Rome, do as the Romans do. It's very important. If the soil, if the place needs an additional qualification, why not to take it? Like Vikas, you also made a mention, life is a journey, beautiful journey. Keep learning, keep acquiring. And Steve Jobs also, which you made a mention, be hungry all the time. I learn from each one of you every day. Since morning today, we have done 3 webinars. It was a great learning in the morning at 9:30 and at 7 p.m. and now at 8 p.m. We'll take this discussion forward because caregivers is the future. If 182 million people are needed in the times to come, I think threadbare, we have to get into the details, what all can be done, how it can be done, how to prepare, how to go. At least one area, if we take on as a micro niche in a systematic way, I'm pretty sure it will have wonderful results yielding for all of us. With these words, my deep gratitudes and thanks to CPA Vijay Sastri Kotamarti ji and Mr. Vikas Malhotra and all the wonderful audience from the world over. You always feel shy to post your ideas, but when the night comes, the dawn comes, you go through the webinar in your own time, and then you keep posting. And by tomorrow morning, when I see there are hundreds of posts, so well, your choice, whether you feel shy now or you want to open up later, all up to you. Our aim is to keep bringing something valuable, knowledgeable, wisdom, collaboration, and conflict